Oh, hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube English grammar lessons. It's been a long time. I haven't done any videos in relevant to parts of speech. For today, I'm back with the next category of part of speech, that's verb. Having studied noun, pronoun, and adjectives, it's time for us to look into verbs. We all understand nouns and pronouns are a very important concept of parts of speech. Having said that, verbs are also a very essential part of speech. They play a very important role and they add up a lot of meaning to your sentences as well. Now, what are verbs? In general, we always understand verbs are action words. Whatever action you refer, whatever action you do, they all become verb. When you talk of noun or pronoun, they usually perform some action, and without having verb, it becomes useless or it becomes meaningless to create sentences. It's just impossible to create sentences without verbs. Having said this, verbs come in different categories and it is most of the time very much confusing for the children to understand verb. Now I am going to make it very simpler by categorizing the verbs and also telling you what kind of verbs will be coming under what category. The first up, we have physical verbs or action verbs. When I say physical verbs or action verbs, all those verbs which you perform, they become physical or action verbs. Teach, sing, dance, listen, sit, talk, walk. All these verbs, very simple ones, which we use most of the times in our daily lives, these become physical or action verbs. The children ran away. Sit on the chair. Don't talk loudly. These become physical verbs. Coming up with the next one, mental verbs. Mental verbs, they are more of opinions, your feelings, your emotions. For example, believe, understand, love, care, know. Such emotions or concepts that you have in your mind or something that comes with your senses, they all can be called as mental verbs. I know you pretty well. I believe in this story. I understand this concept. Then next up, state of being verbs. State of being. We use these verbs a lot of times and we also have a little bit of confusion. Why are these called state of being verbs? When I say state of being, it is called the situation, the existence. Anything that speaks of the state of the subject or the state of being of the subject for that moment. We use verbs over there, they become state of being verbs. For example, we have am, is, are, was, were. Now, if I say this one, I am a teacher. I am a teacher. This one, it shows my situation, my existence, my state of being a teacher. They were happy. They were happy. Their existence of being happy. The state of being happy. It is pretty hot here. It is quite hot here. The water is cold. She was sad. These talk about the state of the noun or pronoun in the sentence. Usually, when you're talking of state of being, you add adjectives in front of the verb. I am a teacher. It is hot. They are happy. They are hungry. They were sad. They were joyful. This is state of being verbs. They speak about the situation or existence for a particular moment. Then up. We have modal verbs. Modal verbs, they usually are used to express obligation, responsibility, capability or capacity or any kind of expression of duties. For example, we have can, would, must, could, should, shall, will, ought to. There are many. I can give you a few example sentences. Can. I can sing. I can dance. She can teach. Then up, must. You must follow traffic rules. You must keep your surrounding clean. You must behave well. Then up, may. I may help you out. He may become a good teacher. Then up, should. You should definitely go to a doctor. You seem unwell. You should start taking up this course. It's helpful for you. We should all start learning English. Then up, will. I will definitely shoot a video next week again for you. So, this is how modal verbs help you to express your capacity, responsibility, willingness to do something, obligation in your sentences. You always need to use another important verb or the main verb in a sentence when you are using modal verbs. For example, I can sing, she can dance. These are something that you should use as a connection with another main verb in the sentence. I can sing, can, sing. Sing is the main verb there. Can is your modal verb. You must follow the traffic rules. Must is your modal verb. Follow is your main verb in the sentence. Then up, we have regular verbs and irregular verbs, which are really important when you are learning tenses. It's all about these verbs when you are learning tenses. We have regular verbs. It's very easy to identify these verbs. All those verbs where you add ed, when it comes to V2 and V3 forms, they become regular verbs. Cook, cooked, cooked. Book, booked, booked. Talk, talked, talked. This is how regular verbs look like. They have ed both in V2 and V3 forms. Then up, we have irregular verbs. They are just opposite to your regular verbs. Irregular verbs, they don't have ed forms. For example, take, took, taken. They keep changing. They don't have ed form and they keep changing. In V1, take, V2 is took, V3 is taken. Sing, sang, sung. Come, came, come. This is how irregular verbs look like. They don't have ed. Then up, we have helping verbs. Again, they are quite important when you are studying tenses, because helping verbs, they indicate the tense of your sentence, the timing of your sentence that you are speaking about, the voice of the sentence, or the mood of the sentence. For example, all these be forms can come in helping verbs. Be forms, I want you to understand, state of being verbs are also called as be forms. Is, am, are, was, were. These are helping verbs here because you need to use these verbs with another main verb in the sentence. I'll tell you how to do that. We have also got has, have, will, shall, do, does. For example, when I say be forms, I already told am, is, are, was, were. I'm teaching you. You are listening to me. I'm teaching. Am plus teach. We have two verbs. Teach is your main verb. Am is your helping verb. Helping verbs, they are used to make your sentences more sensible and meaningful. They also tell you what tense you are talking about. What is the timing? Is it present, future, past? They were dancing. She was singing. They are cooking. Then has. She has drawn a painting. They have gone outside. They'll come tomorrow. I shall do this work for you. I shall cook the food. So, this is how you create sentences using a lot of different verbs. As I have told you, verbs are a very interesting part of speech. They are in different categories and they are also coming into part of speech only to make the part of speech more meaningful and more sensible. I hope this lesson on verbs is quite simple and understandable for you. In case you like this lesson, give it a like and post your comments. See you.